Have you ever been overwhelmed by shopping for property insurance? Well, you're not alone. So today I'm sitting down with Samar Reed, also known as Summer, and she's going to talk to us a little bit today about what she does and how she can help you with your insurance needs. Thanks for sitting down with me today.
Sure. Thank you for coming and
Of course.
talking about my favorite subject.
You know, it's good though that you have a passion for what you do.
Yes.
Because if you don't enjoy it, then,
There's no reason to be doing it.
No reason to do it.
Exactly.
So tell us who you are and what kind of insurance do you specialize in?
Sure. So I'm Samar Reed and I go by Summer because it's an Arabic name. So they say Samar. So I just say Summer, but you can call me whatever you want. Samara, Shmir, I've been called all sorts of things. But I focus on personal lines, auto, home, and life insurance. We do offer some commercial insurance. It's not my favorite thing to do. My favorite is actually homeowners insurance. And that's why I work with lots of realtors and loan officers because it's exciting, it's stressful, and but I can help everyone with all things insurance, basically.
Exciting and stressful in the same sentence.
Exactly.
Okay. How long have you been in the area and what exactly do you like so much about working in the insurance industry?
Yeah, so I've been in the area for about, 18 years. So a long time. And what I love about insurance is just the financial aspect of it. It helps protect you and all the things that you've worked hard for, and making sure that you keep those things. So if you do accidentally cause damage to someone else's property or injure them, that you're protected. And they don't have to sue you and go after your house and all the savings. Yeah, exactly. Or your future wages. I mean, there's crazy stuff there. And I really like the educational portion because I feel like when I was shopping for insurance a long time ago, I had no idea what I had. I didn't know who my insurance was with. They just said, here's your card, you're legal, you can drive now. And I didn't even know what it really covered. So just going through those experiences on my own made me realize hey, I'm going to be different. I want to make sure my clients know what they're getting and they have options. So,
right.
Yeah.
Because it is I was recently I didn't cause the accident. Somebody ran into me and we were both like, what do we do?
Oh, yeah.
So it's a very stressful time. So it's good to have somebody that we can actually talk to and give us information. So that's wonderful. So you would say that's what made you choose insurance as a career?
Yeah. So I was in banking forever. That's what put me through college. And and then once I graduated with an art degree in graphic design, behind the computer in a dark room working for an advertising agency, I realized I really am a people's person. I want to be around people, talk to people, help them, do something that makes a difference rather than, oh, this looks prettier on this side than that side.
Right.
To me, it just didn't feel right.
Didn't have a lot of social interaction.
Yeah. Exactly. And so 10 years later, found insurance and got my license, and then ever since then I've been loving it.
What's one common misconception that people have about working with an insurance agent?
I feel like most people think that it really doesn't matter. Well, not most people, but they think they can just go online and I can just get my own coverage, etc. But what they don't realize is that you have options in the coverages. Nobody's there to explain it to you. So an insurance agent should explain it to you. So the misconception may be that they're just there to sell you a policy, but they're actually there to assess your needs. You may tell them, this is what I want, and they should be able to provide you that quote, but a real insurance agent should also say, well, this is what you wanted, but this is what I recommend, and this is why.
Right.
So maybe the misconception is that.
Because there's so many little nuances in an insurance policy, and it's kind of a serious thing to make sure that you get it right.
It is. Yes, exactly.
If you don't have it right, it could be some huge problems later.
Yeah, Yeah, or if you don't know what it doesn't include,
Right.
then you could be out of luck. Like a lot of people were years ago when we had that flood in Knoxville, and they didn't have the flood insurance,
Right.
and they didn't know they had to have it,
Right.
or that it was an option.
Right.
Maybe they didn't know it was an option. So it definitely makes a difference to have an insurance agent in many ways.
So why is it important to have a local agent, especially like here in Knoxville?
Yeah, because we're part of the community. We like supporting, local businesses. Those are the main reasons I would think of. Like, I go to anyone local that I can, and just that they know the area, they know, and they're out and about. They're like a family,
Right.
They're in the community. So if you call them, then they're gonna answer. You just speak to one or two or three people all the time, instead of calling an 800 number and talking to several different people that don't know you, don't know your situation. They're just getting paid, hourly, just to go by this scripted, whatever they're supposed to say. Yeah, responses, exactly. Where I feel like if you have a local agent, somebody in Knoxville, they're a real person. You get to see them maybe on social media or out and about in the community. So it's nice.
And it is nice to have somebody that you can just like, hey, this is what's happening. Can you help me out or give me some guidance on what I should do next, instead of, like you said, just call an 800 number and they're not really they don't really care.
Yeah.
So we all know that customer service is in short supply these days. Can you tell us a story about when you went the extra mile for a customer?
Yeah, I mean, I've got several.
Let's do just one.
But the one that was most recent that I was really excited about was Homeowners Insurance. We had a client that was actually a AAA client that recently was assigned to our office because they didn't have an agent. So because they didn't have an agent, AAA is like, here, you help them out, 2 years ago, whenever we opened the office, which was great. So she got a notice that they were not renewing her homeowner's insurance. She got a notice from AAA because the roof was not in good condition. So she reached out to me. We discussed her options. She decided to go the route of getting a brand new roof herself, and to be able to keep her policy. So when she got the brand new roof, she had a friend of a friend who was a contractor that gave her the best rate and completed this roof replacement. So I had to go back to our underwriting team and be like, oh, look, the roof is replaced. Can we continue her coverage, whenever it renews in a month? And they were like, no, we need an invoice and a paid receipt showing that she's got a brand new roof. And we also need pictures. So I was like, okay. So I contacted her contractor. So I took her out of it. She's already stressed out.
Sure.
I said, who's your contractor? Contacted him, got all the info I needed. At the same time, she was trying to get a home equity line of credit so she can pay for the brand new roof. Okay. So the contractor did not have the receipt, didn't have a paid invoice. And so I mean, she needed the loan before she could. And then the loan needed the declaration page that shows that she has proper coverages before they can complete the loan.
Wow.
We weren't able to provide that because it was in limbo. It was going to be canceled in a month or so. So they don't have a declaration page currently because we weren't sure if we were keeping the policy.
Right.
So there was a three-way thing.
Yeah.
So I communicated to the underwriters with all the paperwork. It was just a lot of back and forth, several hours, several days. But all I can say is that we made it work. I was the middleman between all the people and the underwriters. I had to really fight for her.
Sure.
And say the reasons why she didn't have a paid receipt. Can we make an exception? Here's the roof. Oh, contractor's license. They needed the contractor's license. I spoke with the contractor. He doesn't have a license. So when you look up in Tennessee, they don't need a license if it's under a certain dollar amount. So if I wasn't a local agent, and if I wasn't, the insurance agent that I am, let's say it was an 800 number, she would have been canceled. Yeah, because there's nobody that's researching this and looking it up. And even an agent that, let's say, is more focused on bringing in new business and then they forget about you, there's a lot of business models that are like that. And that's why I chose to work for AAA and just represent one insurance carrier mainly. I do have access to others, but because that allows me the time to do this kind of stuff and service the client and keep our clients. So after several hours and several days, we were able to keep her policy, and I got all the info updated and sent off to her loan officer. She got a huge discount because she has a new roof now. Wow. So we added that discount on. So in the end, everything's great. She got, the roofer paid, and she's happy client.
Wow, I bet she's telling you everybody she knows about you. So
yes.
I'm sure you're going to be getting a lot of inbound business from that one, because that's, like I said, like customer service nowadays is so rare. And like you said, once they've got you in, it's like, and then you never hear from them again.
Yeah, because they got a commission. Yeah, exactly.
Well, wow. So if you are in the market for possibly getting some homeowners, automobile, what else? Life insurance, give Samar a call. You're not going to find somebody that's going to give you the kind of customer service she does. Thank you so much.
Sure, thank you.
And thanks for checking in with us.